Hi everyone, welcome back. This is AC taking you through Divinity, Original Sin. And we're back here at the Elemental Forge, which killed King King Boreas, and took his elemental staff. So let's see what happens.
Sister, we are free! And who is this? Can it be that a frail mortal human faced and bested our own scheming Boreas? Ah, but this is no mortal, I see. Strange you take the guise of a source hunter. But I shall of course honor your chosen form. Indeed, I suppose I should have expected that one of your kind would snare our brother sooner or later. Boreas always did dance uncomfortably close to the dark arts. But I suppose the others of we elemental monarchs thought it better not to interfere in the affairs of his realm. No, like fools we waited for his pride, his hunger for more and ever more power, to pull us from our own seats of safety and into his sordid storm. We, and with us all the subjects of the realm of Fairy, do owe you our lives, Source Hunter. No, not if, but when, we might be of assistance to you in this dimension, you must call upon me personally.
Who are you?
I am King Sewer of the Summit Kingdom of Caldia, brother, alongside the other elemental monarchs, to the unfortunate and insane Boreas. In earlier days, we ruled the four realms of Fairy in relative peace, each of us the master of our own kingdom. But something changed in Boreas. He grew darker somehow. More than was typical of his usual melancholy. We worried, yes, but chose not to intervene. Boreas was the Lord of Hyberheim, and it was his right to rule it as he pleased. When our brother called the elemental seats to convene in Hyberheim, we were ecstatic. Boreas seemed again interested in the joint rule of Fairy, in upholding the long-established diplomacy of our lands. When we arrived, however, it was not Boreas who greeted us, but a dark figure. A woman with a stare like blackest fire. In her staff she held a demonic power, the likes of which I've never felt. And as we were sucked into its depths, we thought we'd never see the light of Fairy again.
You say it was a woman who trapped you. What do you know about her?
I listened closely when I could to Boreas' doings. From what I could tell, it seems this woman had little contact with our deranged brother after the initial exchange of the staff. From what I could tell, the arrangement was thus. She gave him us, contained, and in return he gave her access to his great star stone, and scores of imps he'd invited to Hyberheim. After that, the two parted, and I heard little more of the woman. In his fits of madness, Boreas would sometimes bellow abuse about the demon woman. I can only assume he meant the same who trapped us.
So we've got the help from Sewer later on. This is Larian.
A little leg room out front, a little wiggle room in the back. Wonderful to greet the wide open world again. Can you imagine a worse fate than being locked up with your blazing hawk head of a brother and wailing windbag of a sister for the rest of time? I thank you from my bedrock for sparing me such a fate.
Who are you?
Well, are these chiseled good looks not legendary by now? I'm King Larian of the Autumn Realms of Lapatera, and I suppose you've made the acquaintance of Master Molten and Lady Cyclone by now. Our wee motley crew sprang from the same source as a question for the eternal season, but I do suppose we made a fairly good run of it anyway. Poor old Boreas. He always did get the short end of the stick with his winter wasteland, while the rest of us enjoyed the plenty of the fairer seasons. Nevertheless, I never thought he'd grown mad enough to resort to such devilry. Well, we elemental monarchs owe you a great debt, Source Hunter. If you ever journey to the Autumn Kingdom, you'll stay as my personal guest. Your goblet will overflow with harvest mead, and the Queen will faint when she hears how you overcame the Winter King.
And let's quickly talk to this one.
It's a good thing you arrived when you did, Source Hunter. Another moment or so and the devastating cyclone within me would have burst. Imagine if you'd made it all the way here, only to find we three free, and Boreas trundling in an eternal whirlwind. It reminds me of my days training in the Air Academy. It was lonely at the top of the class, but I refused then, as I do now, to downplay my tremendous abilities. Yes, I do believe it all started when we were all of us Rugrats, fresh emerged from the eternal season.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, yes, of course. I am Queen Sinister, ruler of the spring realm of Vanivia. Ah, Vanivia, fairest of fairy, the seat of gentle zephyrs and sprouted seedlings. And I, its eternal queen, do rule with such a fair and gentle hand that my will spreads, impossible to distinguish from that of spring itself. I suppose some small thanks are in order, yes. I suppose I do thank you for your interference in this affair. I am released and ready to return to Vanivia a moment or two sooner than I would have been by my own hand, and every tick of the clock counts, I do suppose.
So, there's two more things we can do here. I'll meet you guys back at King Boreas' castle. So we're back at the castle, and there is actually a secret room here. And to get there, we have a switch, well, a statue here to talk to.
You who seek the winter treasure, prove your intention, prove your worth. I demand to know if friend you be, the name of the earthen brother of Boreas.
So we just met him, we just spoke to him already. His name is Larian.
Correct you are, and freely may you enter.
So we're inside, but I think there's a few traps to deal with. So I get Mr. Rodrigue again.
Intruder spied.
And we're going to get him to run across, I think.
7 grant us gliding power.
Intruder spied. Intruder spied. Intruder spied.
Intruder spied.
Let's try invisible. Should be a switch for that. And we're inside. Who's got the teleport stone? So we're inside the treasure room. It's a shame we can't... Oh, we just leveled up.
Bless the seven, I am restored.
We have a star
Nothing but
stone.
rubbish.
Yeah, it's a shame we can't take all of this. So what do we have? It's all level 3 gear, so pretty much just sell it. The last were sheep. Do you remember we met that in the mines? We dug it up. Yeah, it just tells us here, buried deep within the cave of portals, among the Immaculates, that's where we found it. Yeah, not the mines, it was the cave of portals, wasn't it? And a world teleportation scroll, let's finish that up. We can get our wish. And also, if you stand here, we have the Royal Guard Talesman. I think if you stand here, or put it down, how do we do this? We should get a item.
Ooh.
Or shall we equip it? There we go. So it's gone, but I think we get a ring or something. A winter ring. It's pretty good. Maybe Scarlet can use that. Gives intelligence, why not? Another winter amulet.
Lucky find!
There's a sword kit here. So we can
Ooh.
craft our own sword. If you remember on the Orc Beach near the beginning of the game, one merchant there sold pieces to make your weapon. I didn't want to pick that up. That's the only page. And the final one.
The stone is adorned with strange runes.
So to open this stone with scriptures we need a book. And I think you get the book from the mayor's library. So we can come back and do that. So next let's get inside the prison. Firstly we need to talk to that imp, don't we? That imp wanted us to get rid of the Immaculates.
If there is anything I can do to help you slay all Immaculates, pray state it.
Can you help me?
Yes. The deed has been done. I can sense it. The Immaculates here have been given a taste of their own bloody medicine, and admission to the prison is yours. Now then, Boreas can magically transport himself in and out, but there is a physical path as well. Go where I put a mark on your map. You'll find a stone golem's head there, in whose mouth a secret entrance to a tunnel can be found, if you dig for it. Once inside, tread with the utmost care. Explosive devices have been placed all over, part of a sadistic game Boreas enjoys playing. Prisoners think they found an escape, only to be blown to bits in the dark. Yet, through this maze of mines, you must maneuver if you want to reach the prison.
So that's the other way to find out where the hatch is. So let's work our way down. We can give
Need to warm up.
we can finish the Wishing Well quest. And then we'll get to the prison. I think we just need Roderick again. Oh, they must have gone. No.
Well, Wanderer, this well is still stuck here, willing to weep at any wee thing. Oh, will I ever see Wally again?
Is there anything I can do to help?
What's this? The spell? How wonderful! What a joyous surprise! Wanderer, you've saved me. Come near to me and read it. If all goes well, I should be back in Sicil with Wally in no time.
So what do we do? Just read it to him. Let's get the guys up with me just in case they miss on experience. Of all the requests, well, transportation, Boreas, last screw must be quite loose. Nevertheless, the Master's Mage is hardly one to refuse the King. Speak this enchantment near the well in question, and it shall fly to the intended plane. Peef, boof, paff, fly well, well.
Simply wonderful. The spell, it's working. This well is being willed back to Cecile. Will you visit Wally and I again? Oh, wisest wanderer. We weep with joy to witness your return. We'll meet again, wanderer. We will.
So that's almost finished. Well, we can teleport down there, can't we? Might be easier.
Thank the gods for our trusty shovel.
Here we go.
Hatch.
May it lead us to the prison like we were told.
What's this? It looks strange. What trickery is
Whoa.
this? It vanished. And yet...
It vanished, but it didn't vanish. Who's dying? Scarlet.
I feel better already!
So we'll deal with that in a minute.
I feel better already!
There is something back here.
On the mend! Back on my feet again.
So, I'm not sure the best way to do this. But if you go near, if this stone steers you, you get petrified, like that.
What in the name of Sigurd?
So we didn't see those bombs, that's why he got spotted. Let's try again. Can we turn this torch off? Well, however we did it, it seemed to work. And he picked up a book, didn't he? What was that? Summon Ice Elemental Skill Book. So let's deal with these traps. So in those boxes must have been a charm grenade, and that went off when I hit the mine.
From drizzle to deluge!
Try and get rid of this poison. Don't run in the poison, guys. I wouldn't crate this side. Or we can just try running.
Rainfall!
Ugh, I'm dripping.
I'm not sure how to get rid of a storm cloud.
What just happened? Like I've been set in stone.
I changed my mind at the last second there.
I can't feel my legs.
I feel like I've been set in stone.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Curses. I'm stuck. What just happened?
That deals with that one. Is there another one here? Yeah. Gonna have to try and walk through it. Oh, it's gone now.
Looks like we found the prison all right. The White Witch must be around here somewhere.
If she hasn't been tortured to death in this hellhole.
A word in your ear, mate.
What's this? I found something.
I think you can talk to that mouse and poison it for some reason. And there's a secret here, if you use this one.
You are. How luxurious your contours. How lush your bear and your beauty. Come to me, enter me slowly.
I don't think it would be wise of me to enter a Iron Maiden, no matter how cordial her invitation.
Don't say that wretched word. A maiden I am, and a maiden I must remain. How terribly am I cursed. Cursed to crave the fires of desire, but forever unable to feel the lick of its flames, the thrust of its blaze. How many times have red-blooded men been invited to penetrate me, dragged into my embrace, kicking and screaming? But it is not I who is ecstatically pierced. It is them. I do not draw from them that which is meant to give life, no. Their life's blood instead. I am the thousand-robed celibate, the virgin of steel chastised with chastity everlasting.
How come you feel what you feel? How come you are conscious?
I do not know. The first time a helpless victim was forced into my many-thorned frame, and he wet me utterly with his blood, I suddenly sprung to life. Boreas says it is because of this stone my head is carved from, a stone from the stars. Its sanguine tastes animate my spirit and my lust.
So her head is actually a starstone, and it became a bloodstone. So you can attack it, and we get the bloodstone.
Lucky find!
So that's one of the secret bloodstones. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here. Well, we can talk to this guy.
That's enough of that now.
Do you mean to trance in here brand lashing that thing? For the love of the seven, sheath your weapon. It was hardly my intention to disturb you. I'll sheath my weapon. Oh, no hard feelings. It's just that I much prefer to face a fellow without a threat of losing my head.
There must be a way out of here. There must be a way home. Maybe I am going nuts. I have no idea what's going on. One minute I'm out on a jog with my dog Rocky, and the next I'm headfirst in the snow with snowmen all around me, and they're talking and poking me and demanding to know which source lord I serve, and I'm just a normal guy. I'm not crazy, am I?
Of what do you stand accused?
Hell if I know. All I did was ask for a phone, and these monsters threw me in this dungeon. They asked so many questions, but I had no idea what any of it meant. And this place, it isn't normal. The snow talks. There are magic wands, and little red people, and talking animals, and no toilets.
the sight of magic disturbs you.
Well, it'd be pretty fantastic if I knew what the hell were happening. Where I am, what I'm doing here. I've got a life, you know, a house, a car, friends and a family waiting for me. Isn't there a single phone in this damn place? I'd settle for a telegraph at this rate.
Poor fellow seems to be quite touched with madness. I ought to leave him be.
What? No. No, I'm not crazy. Please, you must believe me. I don't belong here. You hear me? I don't belong here.
I don't think we can get him out. What's in here? Let's just get Roderick to run through everything. And we have a waypoint. Let's go.
Damnation! Not even a crack!
Sounds like Ahu.
Source Hunter, you have found us. Here she is at last. Ikara. Oh, but look at her. She has been encased in ice so unyielding that none of my spells melt even a fraction of its surface. You find me at a loss. I admit it. For I've no idea what sorcery, or dare I say it, sorcery will set her free.
There has to be a way to set Ikara free.
Quite so. Boreas is dead and the seasons have been freed. Surely they can break their brother's magic.
So we can use the fire element.
I don't know how long she'll last.
There she is. The White Witch.
So I've just returned back here. And I think Sua didn't give us the item we needed.
Ah, our champion has returned. Have you yet determined how I might repay my debt? It would be an honor to assist the soul who dared to slay the King of Winter.
I found the White Witch, but she's trapped in ice. Can you help me free her?
Source Hunter, it would be my sincerest honor. Take this rune and use it to summon me when you're near the witch once more. If she can be extracted from Boreas' ice, I'll find a way to make it so.
So he can help
The spring and autumn
with the ice.
rule themselves, you know. May our paths cross soon, Source Hunter.
Yeah, so we had to see the White Witch in ice before we could ask for the help. So we didn't miss any steps there. Now we have a new waypoint, don't we, in the prison?
It seems the Winter King has woven ice too rare and powerful for mere fire.
This is your White Witch, then. And you're sure you want to free her, are you? Even our mad Boreas wouldn't have wasted such precious ice on a petty criminal. Whatever she did to find herself here must have been rather severe indeed. But I am in your debt, and I would be remiss not to honor your request. Shield your eyes, Source Hunter. To melt ice of this refinement, I'll need to summon an equally rare flame.
He did it.
It's colder than a witch's teat. How very callous of Leandra to interre her only sister in a barren tundra for eternity.
Ikara, you're all right? The ice, King Boreas, and your sister. What a frigid hell you've endured.
And yet not even a frigid hell like this could induce you to put on a shirt, could it, Ahu? My old friend, surely I have you to thank for my salvation.
That honor goes to a pair of talented source hunters, actually. If not for their efforts, I'd be quite uselessly prowling around your prison still.
Then perhaps I ought to address my savior directly. Source Hunter, is that the masquerade?
Well, what a motley crew we are. Isn't there somewhere a bit warmer we might discuss matters?
What do you mean by masquerade? We are members of the Order of Source Hunters.
Ah, yes, of course, of course. Do pardon me. I didn't mean to imply you were very clearly eternal beings in the guise of minor mortals. Not at all. Please, let's do carry on.
How did you become imprisoned here?
First things first, Source Hunter. For my freedom, I owe you every imaginable thanks. My soul had withered in this prison, and I might not have survived much longer without your help. Now, about the culprits. My corrupted sister and the mad Winter King. When I realized exactly where, and to whom Leandra was consigning me, I was certain I'd never enjoy the sun's warmth again. But neither she nor I anticipated the Source Hunter. That was her mistake, and my blessing.
I never would have imagined Leandra capable of dealing with the likes of Boreas, but she has changed into someone I hardly recognize anymore.
You stand accused of murdering the Sicilian High Counselor Jake.
I take no pleasure in the memory of that night. The thought of hurting anyone or anything is abhorrent to me. But in this case, I judged it necessary. If you've come this far, I trust you've learned that the Counselor was far from a humble civil servant. This doesn't excuse my behavior, but perhaps it can help to explain it.
What happened the night of Jake's murder?
It's a sordid story, to be perfectly frank. Two sisters, a philanderous, treacherous wizard, death and mayhem. Are you sure you're interested in such things? The sparkle in your eye belies your better nature, Source Hunter. Now I know that it is your duty to get to the heart of this. And, in truth, the events of that night were but one part of a larger and much darker matter. A matter in which I'll dare to beg your assistance before we're through with one another.
Now that terrible night. One night, as I slept, I had a sudden revelation. No dream, but a vision. My sister Leandra and my lover Xandalor. I didn't understand, but I recognized their location. Sicil's King Crab Inn. I arrived and looked through their window, but inside, everything was wrong. Leandra had fled, and Counselor Jake stood over the wizard, a knife in his hand and hate in his eyes. As I watched,
He drove the dagger deep into Zandalor's heart, and I was too late to stop him. In that moment, I broke. I saw before me not a man, not even a beast, but evil incarnate. And I used Source to slay him. On the floor lay Zandalor. In my hands, I held Jake's life force. I had sworn never to use Source, but I couldn't walk away. And so I did the unthinkable. I used the Counselor's life to save Zandalor's. He was alive, but only just. Betrayal. Murder. Source. We were all of us guilty now. If you were any other Source Hunter, I suppose you'd strike me down where I stand after that terrible admission. Fortunately for us both, you are no other Source Hunter.
Tell me more about Leandra.
My own little sister, if you can imagine it. She was always the more ambitious, the more exacting of us, and she had no fear of the darkness that so often accompanies Source. Her collusion with King Boreas in imprisoning me here confirms my worst fears. She is planning something far greater than I could have anticipated. For this reason, and with a heavy heart, I must ask you, Source Hunter, to find out how far exactly Leandra has become entwined in the dark arts.
Are you the White Witch? Silly question.
Oh, yes, I suppose I am. But I do prefer my given name. Ikara, that is. Charmed. But I hope I haven't disappointed my own hero. Am I just as white and witchy as you'd hoped? I hate to extend my own invitation, Source Hunter, but I believe I ought to accompany you to Zigzax's hideout. Presumptuous, yes, but I'd recognize the imp's essence just about anywhere. Both he and you must learn more about the darkness that has extended itself into our dearest Rivellon. And I believe I know where we must begin. Ah, but unless that's a bear flailing through the threads of time, I do believe Master Zigzax is on his way. Make way, Source Hunter, landing in 3, 2...
Hunters, you've done it! Ikara is free! Ah, what good it does my impish heart to see her safe and bright as ever! We have much to discuss. Come one and all to the end of time. A spot of something warm and the soft glow of the tapestry ought to do us all a bit of good, Now, if we're done playing hide and seek, let's not waste a jot more time. Oh, I just can't wait to pick your every synapse.
After you, Master Zigzax.
So that's the White Witch, eh? I expected someone a little more evil. I can't say I'd cut her down from a stake, but she sure has fewer horns than I expected.
Oh, if only Jarrett were here to meet her. He would have loved to lay eyes on the White Witch of so many legends.
We've solved the murder and caught the culprit. Yet this case feels anything but closed.
There's more to this crime than simple fact. Killing a killer is hardly the same as killing an innocent, after all.
Who was she to rank the life of the wizard over that of Jake? This is a cut and dry case of murder, I say.
Okay. That was a long episode, but we finally freed Ikara, and we can meet them at the end of time. I think we'll go there next because we have a bloodstone. So guys, thanks for watching, and if you're enjoying, please hit the like button and subscribe to help the channel grow. But until next time, take care.